Let's talk about high school memories. I'm Lee.
I'm Lala.
And I'm Soy.
And this is Faceless Voices. Well, our high school was cut short.
It was short, but it was eventful.
It was pretty fun.
I feel it was cut short because of COVID.
Agreed.
Yeah,
We were the COVID people.
We were.
I know. COVID hit right in the middle of our senior year, so we didn't get to do any of the fun stuff. Starting with our senior trip.
Right.
Remember the first time it didn't happen? It didn't happen because there was a malaria outbreak.
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot. That's right. There was like the mosquito stuff
Yeah.
that went on.
And then the second time it didn't happen was because just people didn't want to go anymore.
Yeah, because it was super expensive.
Yeah. And then the third time it didn't happen was because of COVID. Yeah.
It was such a bummer, though, because the third time we had everything planned out. And we were
Everything was
just
set
trying
to
to
go.
figure out rides now, like
Yeah.
who was going to go on whose car and stuff. And it's just COVID.
Oh yeah,
Canceled it.
our graduation week or something like that it was like a week full of parties.
Yeah, senior
What is that
week.
called? Senior
Summer-
week?
Yeah.
Yeah. That party week didn't happen. Our play didn't happen because Soya and I were assistant directors for the school play.
theater.
We're doing Shrek and that didn't happen. Bummer. It was
Oh, and I was supposed to make the tower.
Yeah, and then prom, I think we got the message. So it was originally we were just going to be quarantined for a week and then 2. And then on that first weekend, we got the notification that prom would be canceled because the government sent out
No, but
regulations for
remember
gatherings.
that it was, we had a 3-day weekend because on that Friday they were gonna test out Zoom in case we needed to go into quarantine, and then we went into quarantine. Sort of like we didn't say bye. We were like, oh, it's a 3-day weekend. We're gonna come back on Monday. You know,
And then
and then we just never went
And then
back.
it was supposed to be 2 weeks. And then it was just you know what? We're going like this for the rest of the semester.
Graduation was canceled.
Shoot, I remember. Except we had a good memory right before when we went to MUN. And when we went to MUN, to Washington,
Yeah.
to DC, we were like, there's COVID in Asia. Remember? We talked about this in the airport. We were like, oh my god, what's happening? And we weren't even wearing masks, anything like that. So.
And we were concerned our MUN trip wasn't going to happen because the first case of COVID was found in Washington State. We're going to go to Washington, D.C. So we were like, is our trip happening? Are they still hosting
came
it?
back, and then
it just shut down.
Yeah. But we didn't get to have a graduation. I was in front of the computer with my PJs on.
No prom.
No prom. Prom, the parents were gonna go for it. They said that they still wanted to do it illegally. And my dad, on the chat, he went, okay, you can go forward with it, but remember, it could end up fatal.
Okay.
So the parents were like, okay.
Honestly, it was pretty dangerous just because we didn't know what COVID was.
Yeah.
And because it spread so fast, and we were like, what the hell is happening with this earth? And, we were just teens who had to go to college. But if we caught COVID, who knows what would happen, especially in Guate, where we can't get treated properly.
Yeah. And so that was I had my dress. I had my prom dress.
I had
Mine
my
arrived
dress.
the day we got the message it got canceled. So I was super upset.
I had my dress, but it was the dress I wore in the festival for Latinoamericano.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Remember when we did this challenge where we got our graduation paper? We pretended we got our graduation papers, and then we made a TikTok video.
You passed it.
Yeah, we did everything we could, honestly.
But also, we didn't have the shukos that they give out at the end of our last day.
Yeah, with the mariachi.
Yeah, we didn't get the mariachis. Goodbye.
We didn't do like that, the final walk around campus.
But we got a box.
Because that makes up for everything we didn't get.
We got a box from graduation, and it was like a water bottle with our names in it. I don't remember.
That's the only thing I remember from that box.
I think we had a cake too.
Yeah, we did get a cake.
But I feel like it was pretty like sweet of them to actually care for our graduation in that midst of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was so upset.
Me too.
Really?
I was very upset because I was so looking forward to it.
I was upset about everything. Like the box, I was mad at the box. I was like, no, it doesn't work like this. You can't just give us a box and call it a day.
Shit, but do you remember when we had our university, like, what do you call that? Announcements?
Yeah.
It was before COVID, right?
Yeah.
Was it after?
College decisions were
Before
and during
during.
COVID, yeah. Shit, yeah, it was during COVID too for like some schools for regular decision.
I think I was pretty happy with it. I think my COVID, like, you know, like my senior life when COVID happened, the memories aren't that bad just because my college decisions turned out very well.
Yeah.
Especially with the help of COVID. Just because, like, you know, I was going to go to the States for university, but because of COVID, my parents were like, why don't you just try and apply to Korea?
All of us. We were all going to the States. And because of COVID.
Like, okay, I'm just going to apply to Korea. And then it just got in. So I was like, oh, shit. Okay, I'm going.
Yeah, us too. You know, Sonia and I too. Like, we were set to go to Boston. We made deposits and everything.
Oh, shit.
Visas were ready to go.
I remember when Soy made, like, reaction videos.
Yeah, I did make a college decision reaction video.
It was pretty well made, though.
Yeah, it was pretty well
I
edited too.
So much time for that.
Yeah, and we just pretty much didn't get any closure. There was no closure for us. I was just so mad at the situation and everything. And,
Our futures changed.
yeah.
I would say. Just because Soy was looking to go to, what was it?
Dentistry.
Mm-hmm. And then Lee was looking to go to, like, business.
Uh-huh.
And then suddenly our majors changed, like, to another level. Lee went to farm.
Farm as in pharmacy, y'all.
Not farm.
Yeah.
Yep.
What were you going into?
I was also aiming for bio.
Bio.
Yeah.
No, you're poli-sci.
Yeah. And then Soy is in English.
I'm an English major.
Yeah, that took a 180 turn.
180, like,
real
I
fast
swear.
too. And I was so devastated and so mad and so sad about being in Korea that my therapist actually pointed this out. She said, "It looks like you went through the stages of grief." And I was like,
Seriously?
oh my God. I was grieving that my dream of, you know, studying in the States, having a college life in the States was destroyed.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
Died. And I grieved that.
That is
Honestly,
so true, though.
Yeah, honestly, especially for Lee, I feel it. Like, I feel like just because, like, the major that you are in right now is just something that you've never thought about.
Exactly.
And something you've never prepared for in high school. And, like, it turned out you just didn't like it, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't for you. And now you're going to, like, a different path in your life again. So I feel like it's...
But, like, it's not only like, the major itself, but sort of being here in in a country where I find so foreign
right?
Like, even though, like, I'm still Korean and Korean is still, the culture is still part of me, it was just something that I was really thrown into and didn't have time to give it much thought or anything. It's not anything I wanted. And so...
It's very different when you didn't, like, grow up here.
Yeah.
That is very true.
And I feel like it's also kind of like that for you guys, because you guys lived in like one country, right? Almost your entire lives. But I lived in many different countries. Like I've lived in, I think it was like 4 different countries or something. So moving to Korea wasn't that new to me. Like it was pretty new, but it wasn't like stressful new. But I get it.
I feel like I came to accept it faster, and the choice of the majors for like what I wanted to study in university was very limited, and I didn't have much say in that, but I kind of found my way through of like how I could apply it with something I would like to do later in the future. So that's why I didn't like grieve about it like Lee did.
Yeah, Soy actually like was pretty good in like planning out what you're gonna do with the major you're in right now. You know, right when you went into college, you're like, oh, I'm gonna use my major to get into this.
But I feel like the difference there is because I was able to like picture it. I was in a situation where I could picture myself doing that, whereas in like Lee's situation, it's just something like you didn't. Not only did you not expect it, but you didn't want.
Right.
So.
But yeah, so I had a very hard time, especially my first year here. That was not fun. But yes, how COVID really fucked our lives.
Well, speaking on a more bright note, let's talk about the memories prior to COVID.
Okay, we had, especially 10th grade. 10th grade was fun.
10th grade was fun because we had so many fun people, including my ex.
Right, a lot of things.
Super fun.
A lot of things happened. A lot of parties happened. Yeah.
I feel like, I'm sorry to cut you off. Like sophomore year was the year that like you actually could balance school and friends, like your social life more, and you could, like, the stress for school was much lower than junior year and senior year, and also it was different to freshman year because we're already like blended into like this high school scene, whereas when you're a freshman you're still kind of like you're kind of looked at as like the little, you know,
Kid.
like the little kids
from
so you
middle
can't
school.
blend in with the classmates.
No, but I also think our sophomore year was, you know, really cool just because of the people who were in it.
Yeah.
Because when we went up to like the junior year, many people left the school to go to another country or something because, you know, our school was an international school and many people just go by. So I think that really played a big thing because our parties were all hosted by the people who left.
Yeah. Yeah, our parties were pretty, like, our parties were never big and rowdy. It was pretty much a hangout between all of us, and because we were such a big group, it was fun because we would drink alcohol, we would have pizza, we would play games, we would hang out by the pool, make up in the bathroom, make out in the bathroom, make up.
Our high school, I would say, was our class basically was divided in 2, and that's why it was pretty big, right? The group that we were in was pretty big, and then our group would throw parties and stuff, and it was pretty fun.
Yeah,
it was really fun.
Kay's house
was also pool parties, jacuzzi in the rooftop. Remember?
That was good. We had more parties at Kay's house
because
his place was much better, and he like toasted. Remember one time we almost got caught by his dad drinking,
Yeah. Oh my
and we had
freaking god! We had to hide the bottles.
I remember Kay was like super nervous.
I know, and we were like, it's okay. We were hiding the bottles behind the trash can.
Except we were super pink.
Everybody was glowing.
Yeah. Oh my god, I have a party memory. You guys probably know. It was a party hosted by Kay in Kay's house, and a girl was gone missing.
Oh fucking
Oh
hell!
my god. Yeah, that girl was a pain in the ass.
And like, let me tell the story from my side, because you guys were really like the leaders kind of, and I was just like the.
What do you mean, leader?
You know, like I mean, like you guys are like the responsible ones. So you guys didn't want like people getting lost and you know dying and stuff. But I was like the little one who was like, oh, you know what? I don't care.
I didn't care either.
Lee didn't care, but I think Soy was pretty like.
Yeah, like logistics, get it done.
But that day, that party was the day like when I broke like. It was like a couple of months after I broke up with Kay, because Kay's my ex-boyfriend. And then it was like the scene where we were like, oh shit, let's get back together, kind of.
The scene.
But this girl was gone missing. So we didn't end up talking about like what we're gonna do with the relationship. So
Because you guys were trying to find her?
yeah, because I was home. I mean, I was like in the party scene, and this dude, Kay, because he was hosting the party, had to go find her.
Yeah.
Right.
So he wasn't there like the whole party.
Everybody was making such a big fuss about it. I was like, she is gonna be fine, you guys. She is doing this for one, for attention. Two, she's literally gonna be fine, guys.
Really?
And she was an embassy kid, so like honestly, if she had gone missing for real, she had the resources to be found.
But the thing is, that's why we had to find her, or that made it more of a reason for Kay and like the guys to go look for her, because we didn't want the embassy getting involved.
Oh, that's true.
Because Kay
was also an embassy kid. Like,
You're right.
yeah.
I don't know. And was that the night we went into the pool as well?
No.
No.
Actually,
I don't remember, but this story didn't end because we found her, and she was brought back to the room, and then she was lying down in the sofa with a new kid.
Oh my god, yeah, there was this new kid that in our class who we invited at that party, and
Damn, was that like the first party he was invited to?
yeah, the first and last.
Damn.
It's pretty funny.
Keep going. You didn't finish the story.
And from what I remember, I was like, hey, to the girl, I was like, hey, are you okay? Are you feeling fine? And then this guy, the new kid, came and was like taking care of this girl, and I was still there with her, and she like yelled at me, and she was like, get the hell out, he's mine, to the guy. And I was like, okay, you have your space. And then I remember the girl and the guy making out, and then that's when they started dating.
Ugh.
They made out? They ended up making out? No.
I don't remember.
No, they ended up making out like in the bathroom. No,
Not that
I remember.
Not that I know of, no.
oh really?
What I heard is that she tried and he didn't want to.
But and then they dated. They went out.
I think it was like after a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and you guys were trying to like feed her pizza and she didn't want pizza and she was throwing the pizza all over her.
I wasn't there. As soon as she was brought to the couch and I just knew she was here and alive, I was just minding my business.
Yeah, I was like not here for that. Like I was like, guys, you do you. I'm gonna be over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was also the time that I was starting. I don't know if I was starting to have my fling with my fling guy or something.
Fling guy.
But
If you don't know what we're talking about, it's in the third episode.
That was like
way after he. Oh my gosh! Soy!
What?
Oh my god, you can't forget this because we made eye contact. We were judging Lee for going back to the fling guy because that was way after the fling guy got
back with his ex
and then broke up and then came back to you and then you were like talking with him.
Oh yeah,
Stop.
I remember.
And then we were like, oh my
Oh
gosh,
my
she's
God.
repeating her mistake.
I know, yeah. The disapproval we had. We're just like,
But that was also sort of like it wasn't anything for me. This like I was like, oh okay, but I mean, like it wasn't like there were no feelings involved.
like it wasn't serious.
There was no feelings involved like the first time.
Oh, yeah, obviously, because he left and came back.
Yeah.
What a dick.
Yeah. Remember that one party we got kicked out of? And the police came?
What?
Are we thinking about the same party? Because I was just about to say in junior year.
That wasn't junior year?
It was one of the seniors that hosted it.
Yeah.
And it was a mess.
A.
Was it A?
Yeah. Remember A's house we got kicked out? And the police ended up coming?
Why? What happened?
What was the reason the police came? I do remember there were police.
The police came because there was a noise complaint.
Someone was banging at
No. They were banging because that neighbor had made the noise complaint. And the drunk dude... this is how it went down. So basically, we're invited to this guy's house. And it was pretty rowdy. There were people from other schools as well.
It was really big.
Yeah, it was a big party. And people were getting drunk fast. Because there wasn't enough alcohol. So everybody was just getting alcohol from, like, drinking it as much as they could, as fast as they could. And people were getting drunk out of control. And... and the music was loud. Everybody was being loud. And there were people outside of the house as well being loud. Uh-huh. And the neighbors had made a noise complaint to the police, and the police had come, and that's when he kicked us out. He was like, he kicked us out before the police came because it was getting out of hand. There were too many people throwing up, and there were too many people breaking things, and there were people going upstairs in the rooms when they were not supposed to,
yeah,
and they were making out in the rooms, and he kicked us out. The police came, and we're like, fuck, we need to get out of here. And there were people knocking on people's garages and doors, like banging on them, being super loud, because the neighbors had made a noise complaint.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember there were so many broken things, and there was vomit on like the rugs. It was bad. It was messy.
Oh yeah, and he was rich, so like everything in there was valuable.
Expensive shit getting destroyed.
Yeah. Okay. The party at M's house, where the big dude passed out and his dad had to come.
That one was scary.
That was so scary because he was like passed out for real.
I thought he was gonna fucking die.
Okay, so it was just this big high school dude, and he was so big. It took like 3 men to carry him out.
Yeah.
Like 3 grown-ass men.
Yeah, and he had thrown...
there.
Oh, yeah. He had thrown up on the side of the house and then passed out. And the guys were like, okay, we need to call his dad. So his dad came, and his dad had to drag him out there with 3 other guys. Remember, they killed her turtles as well, the party host turtles there?
Oh my God, I didn't know
because
that.
they poured
alcohol
in the turtle's tank. You guys don't remember that?
I wasn't there for that.
That is so fucked up.
Yeah.
I was somewhere
Poor
else.
turtles.
Yeah, the turtles died because of it.
Oh my God. I didn't know that.
Yeah. That was a pretty hectic party. It was pretty boring.
It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah,
That's why we went somewhere else afterwards.
It was a bad party. It was boring. Boring. Remember the Halloween party we had at A's house? At my quote-unquote fling's house?
Oh, fucking
Shit,
God.
I remember
That
that.
one was messy, too.
That one was messy because there
We-
were uninvited people.
Yes. Like, there were a lot of people that we didn't want there that were just coming.
Yeah.
I remember just walking around getting candies and eating them. And
Bruh.
then my legs started hurting.
Your
Yeah, because we were walking. It was a huge.
We walked
complex.
a lot that day.
Uh-huh. And my legs started hurting, so I asked.
What, at that time, did you have, like, a fling with him?
No, it was over.
It was just done?
The ex. He went back to her.
Yeah, I think
His
it was when
ex.
he went back to her. Yeah.
Mom had me responsible for any, like, mishaps. She was like, Lisa, I'm trusting you to, like... And I was like, thanks. That's a lot of responsibility, but, like, I don't know what to do with these people. I don't want them here either. So I don't
Your
have much to
filling was
say.
pretty paranoid about it, though. I remember.
Yeah, he was. He was paranoid about it because it was getting out of control. It was getting out of hand. So
It was cute.
it was a cute party. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, he was cute.
No, it was cute.
it was a cute party. It was okay.
Yeah, because Lee and I were hanging out,
Yeah,
chilling.
It started out alright. It was just...
it just
when,
got
like,
out
people
of hand.
were just coming in, like...
Yeah,
I think Lee took us home or something, right?
probably.
Did you
Yeah.
drive that day?
Probably.
I think Lee took us home.
I always did.
Yeah. We would always just get out the car.
Remember we would go to Shukos, our place. Shukos.
Yeah, and what do we do there?
All we did was drink there. I mean, what else what do we do?
Right, because the guys, oh my god, okay. The thing is, Lee and I hung out a lot, like, in parties and, like, in bars and stuff. And the guys that were in our group used to, like, hang out a lot in, like, those areas and would just call us because we had, like, boys related. So, like, she had the fling and I had my ex. So we would always be called and we would just go out, sneaked out of my house to go to that place. Yeah, I remember. Sneaky.
I don't think I've ever sneaked out of my house. But I remember one time I did drink in my bathroom with one of my friends. We were in the bathtub drinking. Literally just straight rum.
I have another a similar memory with JQ. Because my house is like separated into 2 living rooms, so we have one living room like at the back, and then we have another living room in the middle. So JK and I bought 4 bottles of soju, and we just drank it in my room. And then what happened? JQ, I told her specifically, I don't care if you puke, just not in my room. Just go to the bathroom and puke, and that's all it matters. Okay. I told her before and during our procedure of getting drunk, right? And we're sleeping, and she wakes me up, and she's like, I puked. I'm just like, okay, then where? And she was like, under your bed. And I was like, how do you just puke under a bed? Like, my bed wasn't even like a bed that was like, that had space
Oh my
under.
god!
It didn't have
just
space.
It
there?
didn't have space under.
It
So,
just mushed everywhere.
so I was just like, what does that even mean? And I had to bring her to the bathroom. And then I brought her to the bathroom, right? Then she was the one who had to puke. Instead, I was like, just give me a second. And then I just puked in my toilet. And then next morning, we had to call the cleaning service to to just clean
You have to
our-
clean the cleaning.
You call the cleaning service?
to clean the bed because the bed underneath the bed was super. I don't know. I didn't even look at it, but
Oh,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So you had puke just all night under your bed?
well, I think so. I don't remember because we were so drunk.
how did you explain that to your mom?
I didn't. My mom is a working mama. She comes home. She leaves
She didn't know anything.
She didn't know anything.
Wow.
She didn't know anything. She just knew that JQ was sleeping over at my house.
Wow.
Now, if my mama hears this, she's probably gonna be shocked. But yeah,
Yeah, because your mom thinks you're so innocent. And
I am
good girl.
Angel. I am innocent.
Yeah, except all those times you sneaked
Out.
You sneaked out. You sneak people in.
I didn't sneak people in.
Excuse me.
Wait, were you guys also a part of the sneaking in group?
No,
No.
we never sneaked in.
We never
We
snuck in your house.
We surprised you at your house for your birthday, but
Oh, there was a time I sneaked in my friend in two friends in because they called three. No, never mind. There were three friends. I had to sneak them into my house because they called me at night and they were like, "Oh my god, we're so hungry. We want food."
Bro.
So I just
you fed them.
yeah, I cooked them ramen and fed them, and then I was like, "Okay, leave."
Wow. I don't think I've snuck anyone in.
Me either.
Because
I didn't dare.
yeah, because okay, soy, yes.
Guess what?
Yes, no, she didn't. She didn't sneak anyone in because every time they failed in soys, they would come to my
Yeah,
place.
like I was the first resource, and if I said no, it was like, all right, Lala,
Yeah.
help.
I sneak people in my car to go out of school because we
Oh,
weren't allowed
right.
to like get out of the school with
Oh.
just anyone. You needed
You need a
permission slip.
pass. Yeah.
Yeah, and I snuck a few people. I think did I sneak?
I
You guys? Yeah.
we snuck out in your.
I was in a truck and I
Yeah.
was like,
We were hiding. We were like covered in the backpacks because they would open.
Yeah,
the
they would
frickin'
open
doors
trunks.
and trunks.
Sometimes they would open trunks.
I remember.
They would do like random checks, like at the airport.
Yeah. Okay, to wrap things up now, we're gonna finish up with a balance game. And the question is, take a pill that takes you 6 years back, so the beginning of high school, versus take a pill that takes you 6 years forward. But if you take a pill that's with your current memory, so you would have 6 years deleted in your life if you take it forward. Does that make sense?
Like right now,
Yeah, right now with your current memories and everything.
I would take the pill that takes me 6 years before like back. Yeah.
Why?
Because these upcoming 6 years are probably like the most crucial in my life. And like, I wouldn't want to waste 6 years of my 20s. Because so much can happen in terms of like friendship, relationships, family, career, love, opportunities in general. So I feel like
Okay.
I don't want to get that to waste.
Okay. So you're choosing 6 years before, 6 years back, just because you don't wanna not experience
Yeah.
the 6 years
That are coming.
That are coming.
Mhm.
Okay. I choose 6 years before, just because I want to repeat everything, and choose the right decisions, and change the future and the place I am in right now.
Honestly, me too. That too, yeah.
I feel like I could do so many things just better, and
I would just not do the embarrassing shit that I sometimes like think of in bed like at 2 or 3 a.m.
me, I would choose to become a nerd more than I am right now.
Really?
Yeah.
More? Even more?
Yeah.
Don't just
I would study a lot
live.
more than I used to,
Wow.
even though I did study a lot.
Yeah. What about you, Lee?
I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't be too bad to go 6 years forward either, just because I want to know like what I end up doing. Sort of like I would it would just be me with a job and a stable income, just
Like skip all the anxiety
skip all the
insecurity.
Who knows? What if you don't have a stable job or a stable income?
shit. Then that's true. Okay, maybe 6 years back because I know what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but also, yeah, I think 6 years back because I know what happens.
Right. Because a lot of the anxiety comes from not knowing
Not
what's going
knowing,
to happen.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess 6 years back, and I would fix all the stupid things I did,
Yeah.
like my fling.
Yeah.
I would.
That wasn't
No,
stupid.
it wasn't stupid, but I would take it much more lightly than I did.
Oh.
Like you wouldn't let it
Like it
affect you the
at
way
all.
it
Yeah. Like I tried to protect myself by taking it as lightly as I could, but it wasn't light enough.
did.
Me, 6 years back, then I would study a lot more than I did just to get into a better, like, I don't know.
Better university.
As if she's not in the nation's top.
a better future that I wouldn't have to, well, I don't know, just, I would study more. And then second, I would not get into a relationship with,
With him?
With who?
With the younger one?
both of them are younger than me.
That's true.
I wouldn't get into a relationship with the one who was a grade below me.
Okay.
Okay. And
Why? Because now you know what you don't like in a guy.
Yeah, like thanks to
Like
him,
you,
know.
yeah. Thanks to him, you know that you would despise a mama's boy.
I didn't say that.
I didn't say
I
anything.
didn't say anything like that. Okay, that's what you think of him.
That's solely
not
Lee's
me.
opinion and statement.
You don't think he's a mama's boy?
No, I don't think he's a mama's boy.
Really?
Yeah.
There's something wrong with you then.
Oh, wow.
I think he's a very sweet boy who's
Sweet
not
woman.
meant for me. And no, it's because I regret hurting his feelings, which is why I wouldn't go back to.
Yeah, because he was too in love with you.
Well, now he's off very well in a good place. Okay, okay. Period.
Okay, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed and stay tuned for next episode. Bye.
Bye.